I saw her the day before I ended up in the hospital with contractions. Hi guys, I've already recorded this video once, but I recorded it really late at night and I wasn't happy with it because I was talking quieter because Robin was in bed. The lighting was really bad. Anyway, this is my 32-week update. I'm going to leave the original, the belly shot, in this video because, you know, in pregnancy 2 days could make a massive difference to the size of my bump. This week I have been feeling a lot better, a lot less Braxton Hicks. But I think some of the Braxton Hicks I was having was all to do with the UTI, as well as obviously the full on contractions that I was having. Since taking the antibiotics for my UTI, I have realized that I definitely had symptoms of the UTI and I just put it all down to pregnancy, so that's my bad. I am a bit unsure of how I feel about my midwife at the moment because I saw her the day before I ended up in the hospital with contractions, and every time you go see your midwife they check your urine. So she would have checked my urine and should have noticed that there was something off with it, because straight away when I went to the hospital they noticed that things were off with my urine and that it showed signs of an infection. So that has me a little concerned about my midwife. I wasn't sure about her in the beginning anyway, but the fact that she missed any sign of anything in my urine really has me concerned. So I'm gonna see how I go with my next appointment at 34 weeks. If I'm still not happy when I leave that appointment, I think I'm going to look into changing my midwife. Really, I don't want to be changing midwives at this late stage, but I also don't want one that really doesn't care about me and the baby, and that's how I'm starting to feel at the moment. But I have been getting some itching on the palms of my hands and the soles of my feet, so I'm going to say that to her when I see her next. And if she doesn't seem concerned, I'm going to probably go see a doctor and ask them to run the tests if she won't, just to put my mind at ease, because it's just not worth the risk. I just feel like she's just not taking anything very seriously. She's kind of doing a little bit what I did. She's putting everything down, any symptoms I have, oh yeah, well that's normal, pregnancy, you know. And I did that with the symptoms I was having and missed a UTI, and I get UTIs all the time. I should have known, but I just was so, like, this time around with the pregnancy, I'm so busy with Robin, I don't have time to be over worried. But it did make me miss the fact that I actually had a UTI, and I could have avoided ending up in hospital with those contractions if I had have realised I had a UTI. So I blame myself, I blame the midwife. Luckily it never turned into anything more serious, but it bothers me. So I'm gonna see how I feel about my midwife next time I see her, and I might be looking to change midwives. Aside from that, I have been feeling like I have a bowling ball between my legs recently. Most days I go out with Robin and we either go to the park or we go to like an indoor play area. And when we go to the park, it's not a far walk, but at this stage of my pregnancy, it feels like a very far walk. And I only have to be walking about 5 minutes and then suddenly I can feel that bowling ball between my legs. And I honestly sometimes feel like the baby's just gonna fall out. It's just getting uncomfortable. I am not sleeping very well, and then yet I'm absolutely like a zombie all day, most days. Today I feel great because I went to bed early last night. Brett got up with Robin this morning, which was great. So I had a lay-in. I slept in until nearly 9 o'clock, I think it was. So I'm feeling very refreshed. I really needed that catch up of sleep. Other than that, like day to day, I'm just so tired all day, every day. But then when it comes to bedtime, I cannot sleep. I can't get comfortable. Even if I am comfortable, my head is going, my mind is racing, I'm just not relaxing and going to sleep. Preparing me for sleepless nights with baby. I have started nesting as well. It came over me the other day, possibly contributed to a lot of the tiredness I've been feeling. I just had the compulsion to reorganize my cupboards and reorganize my fridge and freezer and just do a lot of the sort of more than the basic clean, you know, stuff that's kind of been niggling at the back of my mind for, say, a little while. I had to get it all done in this one day, pretty much. And all I wanted to do, like, it's not like I had the burst of energy that they say. I didn't have any extra energy. I just had the compulsion. So all I wanted was to sit down and relax and, you know, just chill out half the time. But I couldn't stop. My brain was like, no, you need to finish this. As soon as you finish this, you can sit down and relax. As soon as you finish this, you can sit down and have a coffee and relax. Pretty much the whole day. And then I think the compulsion probably would have continued into the next day, but I think I just wore myself out so badly that, like, even though there was stuff I wanted to do the next day, because I was definitely thinking about stuff I wanted to do, I knew I just had to rest. I was able to, like, ignore the need to organize a little bit more because I was so tired out from the day before. But yeah, so it was more of a compulsion than like a energy burst, although I'm sure there was probably a bit of an energy burst, but it stole energy from the following days after that. Like, it wasn't like I had extra energy, it just took all the energy I had for the next few days, basically. Aside from that, this week I've been having a lot of, like, period cramps. They're not too bad. I mean, I don't normally get really bad period cramps anyway, so they're probably about similar to my average period cramps, to slightly worse. I can't complain. I'm not, like, stuck in bed. I'm not immobilized by them. They're just uncomfortable. Paracetamol can usually kind of keep them at bay, so I can't really complain. The baby's movements, actually, that's a new one. The baby's movements have, ever since I've been able to feel the baby, have been quite intense, actually. Quite painful. Me and my sister have joked about how I might end up with a bruise because of this baby and, you know, that sort of thing. So now, all of a sudden, I think the baby's run out of space. I can still feel the baby moving quite regularly, but I have to focus on it more. Yesterday, I was out and about for a lot of the day, and they do say when you're out and you're moving all the time that you rock the baby to sleep, kind of thing. So I was out for most of the day yesterday, I got home, and it hit me. I was like, oh, I haven't felt much movement from the baby at all. So I said it to Brett when he got home from work. I just said, look, I haven't felt a lot of movement from baby. I just want to lay down and try and focus on the kicks and see if I'm actually worried, like if we should go to the doctors or not. So I lay down, and sure enough, after a while of laying down, I could feel the movements, but they definitely weren't as strong. There was times where I was, like, sitting watching TV or, you know, doing something or whatever, and I'd literally be like, oh, because of, like, a kick or jab or whatever it was, but I would, like, it would feel really strong. And now the movements, I can still feel them, and they're quite regular, but they're just a lot lighter, probably because they don't have, like, you know, if you don't have space to pull your arm back and then punch, you know, you're not going to have as strong a punch, are you? So I think that's probably what it is. But yeah, the movements have definitely changed, but I'm not worried because they're still quite regular. Yesterday was the longest I went without really feeling much movement. But once I focused on it and lay down and on my left side and concentrated, I could feel them. I think that's it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's it. So I'm going to leave it at that and finally edit and upload this video because it is coming up. It's going up late now. Really wasn't happy with the last video I recorded, so I wanted to re-record, and then with being so tired, today's the first chance I've really got to actually sit down and make a recording. Actually, there's another thing that I did mention when I recorded the video last time, and I want to make sure that I remember to put it in this time. I am going to probably pre-record a I'm in labour video so that I can have that ready, privatised, and just ready to click public when I go into labour. So the only time I will click it to go public will be if my waters break or I'm more than 5 centimetres dilated, you know, in hospital and not leaving until baby arrives, basically. So when you see that video, you'll know that's the next time you see us. Baby will be here, you'll meet baby, and we will be a family of 4. We're going to do our best to try and get a good video up there of the birth and the labour and everything. Birth vlog, or my best attempt at one. Definitely, I mean, subscribe if you're interested in my videos. If you want to know when I go into labour, that video will be going up when I go into labour, so anyone who's subscribed and has pressed the notification bell will know straight away when I've gone into labour, and again will be the first few people to see my birth vlog when it comes up. So please subscribe if you want to see those things, if you want to be the first to see those things as well. Press the bell, you're notified straight away, and you can be the first one to see the video. I'm going to record a video, a get to know me video. It's going to be 40 things about me. If you know me, you'll probably know a fair few of them. You might be surprised by some. But this is just sort of like just little pieces of information. It's going to be a relatively lighthearted video, but there will be I will be touching on some sort of sensitive topics as well in a lighthearted way. But it'll be a get to know me and my life video. If you want to watch that, keep an eye out because that'll be coming up soon. I'm going to record that today, hopefully. I also have my sister coming over next week, and we are going to do a lot of recording then. There will be a sister versus boyfriend, and there will be a sister tag as well. And we're probably going to vlog at some point while she's here as well. So those are going to be interesting videos, something different. I'm really excited for her to come over, and she's really excited to do some videos with me and with Brett. So that's going to be good. So that'll be coming up next week as well. So just keep an eye out. I've got a lot of plans for videos coming up in the next few weeks. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. If you've stayed till the end, that's brilliant. Please let me know if you do stay till the end. Bye.